What about seminars? There's a lot of people I know who love to go to seminars. They say, I'm going to a seminar here, I'm going to a seminar there, I'll be going to a seminar next week, I'm going to a seminar. Do you go to seminars?
I've been to seminars. I mean, it's how quickly am I going to get that information?
Yeah.
Is it going to waste 3 or 4 days? Am I only going to get just a couple nuggets that I could get out of one chapter of a book? I think it just depends on the seminar.
Okay, I will say this, for me personally, I love seminars if it's a specific focus, if I can get something out of it.
There you go.
But I don't like the seminar where I go and they're going to try to sell me the next thing to get me to go to the next seminar I don't like seminars where it's about general ideas.
There you go.
Like, become more ambitious, become more motivated. I have a real hard time with that seminar. Mine more is like, learn everything you need to know how to sell more commercial real estate. Okay, I'm going to that seminar. But so anyway, just making sure you're getting the best use of your time.
Right.
Audiobooks. And then I wrote down there, this is one here, and I think it's important we talk about this. Talking to your ultra poor and excuse making cousin Vinny. I don't even know if you have a cousin Vinny, and I'm sorry if you do have a cousin Vinny. But I know that poor people love to give tips on how to become successful. People as a general, I have an opinion on everything. So as an example, I am not really in shape or out of shape, I'm just a shape. So if you were to come to me and say, what are some fitness tips? Don't listen to what I'm saying, because you need to find someone who's buff and ask there, or someone who's in great shape and say, how did you get in great shape?
Yeah.
Or you go to someone who's financially successful and say, how did you become financially successful?
Yeah.
But what do you do when you have a family member, or you have a person who's an acquaintance from college, or someone you know who starts giving you tips? Like, Braxton, you should invest in gold, or you should buy this, or you need to go back to college. Or how do you deal with those tips that come from the opinions that are unwanted from other people?
I think you just use common sense wisdom. When a lot of times we can learn. Everybody's had experience learning, whether it be business or life, what not to do from somebody else. A lot of times you leave a situation, you're like, that's not what I'm going to do, because look at the fruit or the outcome of what happens in that particular person's life. And it's not worth our time spending a whole lot of time just dogging those people, but it's also worth our time to go, I'm going to learn something from that person that doesn't know what they're doing just as much as I'm going to learn from people that do know what they're doing.
Probably the best example ever is there was a person I met at a conference who's been divorced 3 times. And I'm not a perfect husband. And in fact, my wife is an angel, which is how I've been able to stay married. But she's awesome. I know your wife's great too.
Yep.
But this person's been divorced 3 times and was giving me unbelievably specific bad advice.
Yeah.
They were like, what you want to do is you just got to tell your wife how you just got to tell her that she has a role. And I'm just like, really? How long have you been married? Well, I've been divorced 3 times. Let me tell you some things. And he's just going on and on about all these terrible tips and telling me to tell my wife this and tell her that and tell her. And I think it's important because if you're watching this right now, you have a crazy cousin Vinny, you have maybe a dad, a mom, a cousin, somebody's giving you bad advice right now. And if you are not careful, you will take that bad advice. Bad advice number 1, I hear all the time. You should never take a pay cut. You should never go from $37,000 a year salary to $22,000 a year. You should never leave the security of the big firm to go work for this small landscaping business.
Bad advice, yeah.
You should never do that. You should never, ever, ever start your own business unless you have something to fall back on.
Bad advice.
Bad advice. You should say, the rich get richer. You just, it's how it is. It's just, you need to just take a salary. I mean, you hear these things. So I think it's important that we're very aware of that.